don't think I'm going to stop.
It started at 4 o'clock, finished at 5. Finishing at 5:30, that means home at 6:30.
I think if it wasn't Salford, you want to see how I feel when this one's finished.
You know, I don't know what's the journey you had coming in, but it took me 35 minutes to get to the Liver building in Thornbury.
Oh, the drive?
Yeah.
Well, I got completely lost.
Yeah.
Because I came by that road and then it's...
Did you come through up by, intend to come by Rimrose Road?
Well, that's what I said.
Rimrose Road is closed.
Exactly. And
So you had to go through Bootle
I
somehow.
have no idea what and go on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think I was looking around.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It was only 35 minutes from Thornbury to the Liver building. And then 15 to do the rest.
So I thought, well, not in
No.
So before I was looking,
I think I might go back and read what I've just said.
I was thinking, if I can find anything there.
Well, I thought I'm not going back to the middle. I'm going back to the 27th, the end of June. And I joined it. Because the that's it. So I drove to St Helens, I worked my way like this. Still. Big hospital.
Oh, Whiston.
Whiston. I know.
Someone there.
Okay.
And I'm on the end, so we got to wait on this one here. There's no one on that one.
Okay. No, I realised there was somebody at the end. So,
That put me off using those.
There's cushions.
there's a cushion now.
Hold the cushion. Everyone got to sit down now.
It's ceremony
These spare ones not in that now.
to sick and
Do you need another one? I brought my own copy with me, but it's an older edition, so the wording's slightly different, so I can manage without this.
Yeah, don't mind.
Yeah. I think the wording's slightly different, so I'm only...
The wording's different on this as well. Might be trying it.
they have them every now and then. I kept checking the
That's it written in Sanskrit. Same mantra.
Yes.
Just that. Oh yes, there it is. That must be it.
Guru from the Blessed One, Tathagata and the head, completely perfect Buddha, great victor Shakyamuni Lord, to you we bow, go for and offer gifts, so please bless us. Guru, founder, blessed one, Tathagata and Arhat, completely perfect Buddha, great victor, Shakyamuni Lord, to you we bow, go for refuge, and offer gifts, so please bless us. Guru, founder, blessed one, Tathagata and Arhat, completely perfect Buddha, great victor, Shakyamuni Lord, to you we bow, go for refuge, and offer gifts, so please bless us. So, the first profundity, the profundity of the ultimate, is form is empty. The second profundity, the profundity of the conventional, is emptiness is form. In other words, form, everything we perceive, is a manifestation of emptiness. The third profundity is the profundity of the two truths, conventional and ultimate truth, being the same entity. So, conventional truth of something and the ultimate truth of something are the same thing, the same entity. So when we look at a phenomenon, or when we think of ourselves, we think that the conventional truth of ourself, which is just simply the appearance of ourself, and its ultimate nature are not separate. There's the same thing together, two, not one. Same entity means two, not one. Sorry, one, not two. Yeah, non-dual means one, not two. So, but normally, when we think we perceive a phenomenon, the appearance of the phenomenon, we perceive it as being inherently existent. So this is called dual appearance. And with the third profundity is saying that this is a mistaken awareness, because conventional truth and its emptiness are the same thing, not separate. And then the fourth profundity is the profundity of the two truths being nominally distinct. In other words, they have different names, and so we can identify them separately. Although they're the same entity, they're nominally distinct. So although the conventional truth and ultimate truth are always together, we can know the difference between what is a conventional truth and what is an ultimate truth. Yeah, because we can know the difference. You might think, well, this is philosophical, jiggery-pokery. But what it's doing is enabling us to be able to realize emptiness. Not just while we're in meditation, not while we're developing a generic image of unfindability and using that as a means of realizing emptiness, but deepening our experience of emptiness. When we come to realize there is no form separate from emptiness, and the forms that we experience are just a manifestation of their emptiness. And then we realize that whatever forms we're seeing and experiencing, whatever situation we're experiencing, we're also experiencing emptiness at the same time. Then there's no distinction. Although there's nominally distinct, there is actually the same entity. So this enables us to deepen our experience of emptiness even when we're out of meditation. So for example, we can think that whatever is appearing to me, it's also emptiness appearing to me. Ultimate truth appearing to me as presentation of form, or sound, or smell, or taste, or touch. So this is why Avalokiteshvara goes on like this, all phenomena are merely empty, having no characteristics. They are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form. In emptiness there is no feeling. In emptiness there's no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. So the five aggregates do not appear when we're meditating on emptiness. If we're meditating correctly on emptiness, then only emptiness appears to our mind. There's no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no everything, no phenomenon. There's no I element and so forth. Then there's no ignorance and no exhaustion of ignorance and so forth. These are just phenomena. Up to no aging and death, no exhaustion of aging and death. So that refers to what's known as the 12 dependent related links. It starts with ignorance and it goes on through various aspects of being and ends up with aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering. I'm not saying there's no inherently existing suffering appearing in emptiness. And so there's no cessation of suffering and there's no path out of suffering. No exalted awareness, no attainment, there's nothing. Because there is nothing, there's nothing to attain. And there's nothing not to attain. So, then he goes on to say, bodhisattvas rely upon and abide in the perfection of wisdom. So bodhisattva's training is essentially training in deepening their experience of meditating on emptiness and realizing emptiness when they're out of meditation. and also the training in the 6 perfections, the perfection of giving, moral discipline, patience, effort, concentration, and wisdom. So each of the first 5 of these 6 perfections are to enable them to realize the perfection of wisdom, the 6th perfection. Okay, so what we'll do again is go through the sadhana once more, and this time we'll start at the beginning, going for refuge, generating bodhicitta, and then going through the reciting the sudhana, the sutra. I think this time, because the recording is a little bit fast, I think we'll recite it without the recording. Yeah.
Just go for it.
And the preliminaries.
I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Through the virtues I collect, by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect, by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect, by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Namo Guru, Teacher, Blessed One, and the Great Mother Prajnaparamita, surrounded by your sons, the Buddhas of the 10 directions, and all bodhisattvas, I prostrate to this assembly, make offerings and go for refuge. Please empower me with your blessings. Namo Guru, Teacher, Blessed One, and the Great Mother Prajnaparamita, surrounded by your sons, the Buddhas of the 10 directions, and all bodhisattvas, I prostrate to this assembly, make offerings and go for refuge. Please empower me with your blessings. Namo Guru, Teacher, Blessed One, and the Great Mother Prajnaparamita, surrounded by your sons, the Buddhas of the 10 directions, and all bodhisattvas, I prostrate to this assembly, make offerings and go for refuge. Please empower me with your blessings.
Homage to the perfection of wisdom, the Blessed Mother. Thus I have heard, at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Mastvulcha's mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that time also the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, looking perfectly at the emptiness of inherent existence, also of the 5 aggregates. Then, through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a son of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whatever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence, also of the 5 aggregates. Form is empty. Emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form also is not other than emptiness. Likewise, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are merely empty, having no characteristics. They are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mentality, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no tactile object, no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mentality element, and up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no exhaustion of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no exhaustion of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, origin, cessation, or path, no exalted awareness, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely upon and abide in the perfection of wisdom. Their minds have no obstructions and no fear. Passing utterly beyond perversity, they attain the final nirvana. Also, all the Buddhas who reside perfectly in the three times, having relied upon the perfection of wisdom, became manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisoha. Shariputra, a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like this. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, that he had spoken well. Good, good, O son of the lineage, it is like that. Since it is like that, just as you have revealed, in that way the profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced, and the Tathagatas will also rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and that entire circle of disciples, as well as the worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, and spirits, were delighted and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. Tayata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisoha. Great Mother Prajna Paramita, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. Through the power of your blessings, may these true words of mine be achieved. Just as before, when by contemplating the profound meaning of the perfection of wisdom, reciting its words, Indra overcame all the harm of Maras, non-human, and so forth. In the same way, by my contemplating the profound meaning of the perfection of wisdom, reciting its words. May all the harm of Mara's knowledge and so forth be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May they be thoroughly pacified. So now we can meditate on emptiness again. So you can pick any object, any phenomenon. Your car, your house, your friend, your enemy, yourself, your body. And develop a clear image of how this phenomenon usually appears to you. And you'll notice how it appears to be separate from you. It doesn't depend upon your mind. It just seems to exist from its own side. In other words, all its qualities and whole existence is encapsulated within what appears. If the phenomenon that you've chosen exists in that way, exists inherently, if we search with wisdom, we'll be able to find it. We should search within its parts. Or separate from its parts. If we search within its parts, it could be either one of the parts or the collection of parts. We can take each part in turn and ask ourselves, is this the phenomenon that I'm thinking about, that I'm seeing as the inherently existent thing? And easily we see that none of the parts is the phenomenon. They're all things that are other than the phenomenon. Then we can ask, well, is the phenomenon the collection of all the parts? But the collection is just a collection of things that are not the phenomenon. And they cannot suddenly turn into the phenomenon itself just by collecting them together. Also, if we were to take away all of the parts, there would be nothing left. So the collection is just an idea placed upon a number of things. So we cannot say that the phenomenon that you normally see is either one of its parts or the collection of its parts. The only remaining place is that the phenomenon exists completely separate from all of its parts. But then you cannot perceive the phenomenon without at least one part appearing. So we cannot find the phenomenon itself separate from all of its parts, or separate from any of its parts. So we've searched with wisdom in the only places where we could look, within the phenomenon's parts, or separate from the phenomenon's parts. And we have not found it. All we have found is we cannot find the phenomenon because it is unfindable. This unfindability leads us to realize the emptiness of the phenomenon. It is a generic image of emptiness. Unfindability is a generic image of emptiness. So when we come to the realization the phenomenon is unfindable, the image that we have of the phenomenon begins to dissolve into empty space. Until all that remains is emptiness of the phenomenon. So you can think this is the ultimate nature of the thing I normally see, or the person I normally see. This is their ultimate nature, their only true nature. remember that when we're meditating on emptiness correctly, only emptiness appears. No other phenomenon appears. And then we can realize the second conventional, the second profundity, the profundity of the conventional, by asking, what is the phenomenon whose emptiness I'm meditating on? What is the phenomenon whose emptiness I'm meditating on? Remembering that the phenomenon is a manifestation of its emptiness. And perhaps the answer comes, it's mere appearance, mere conceptual thought, mere appearance to my mind, or mere name. And then we can realize the third profundity, the profundity of the two truths being the same entity. The profundity of the two truths being the same entity. That the appearance and its emptiness are not separate. Like a gold coin, the coin and the gold are the same entity, inseparable. The appearance of the phenomenon and its emptiness are inseparable. And finally we can realize the fourth profundity, the profundity of the two truths, being nominally distinct. In the same way, we can perceive the gold and the coin, even though they are the same entity. So we can perceive emptiness and the phenomenon as being nominally distinct. I mean, they have different names. Although they are nominally distinct, they are the same entity. Seeing a phenomenon is seeing emptiness. So now you can begin to relax your concentration. And when you're ready, you can arise from meditation. So understanding these four profundities enables our mind to be able to mix more easily with emptiness. And when we meditate on emptiness, it enables us to remember when we're out of meditation that what we're seeing is emptiness, the phenomenon manifesting out of emptiness, but not being different, being the same entity. Whatever is appearing, we're realizing, we're perceiving emptiness at the same time. So don't worry about this. I mean, sometimes people think, well, meditating on emptiness means there's nothing there. Well, it's not true, because we have conventional truth. And we accept that there are conventional truths. But that's not, conventional truths are not the reality. Only ultimate truth is reality. But we function with conventional truths. So conventional truths are appearances, and emptiness are ultimate truths. So when we realize the union of these two together, inseparable, then we're enlightened. As simple as that. And so you begin to realize that all we have to do is engage in the path of training, in the Bodhisattva's training. And if you keep on the path, eventually this will happen. Eventually you realize emptiness. First by attaining a direct realization of emptiness, and continue to meditate on emptiness, deepening and deepening your experience of emptiness, and gradually all your delusions, all your wrong awarenesses will dissolve away, because you begin to see the truth. Okay, well, go to it. So we should finish with the dedication prayers.
And virtuous tradition and 9-9?
Yes.
May all kinds of interferences, diseases, and possessing spirits be pacified. May I be separated from unfavorable conditions, and may I achieve favorable conditions and everything excellent. Through this fortune may the happiness of enlightenment be fulfilled. So that the tradition of Jesangapa, the king of the Dhamma, may flourish. May all obstacles be pacified, and may all favorable conditions abound. Through the two collections of myself and others, gathered throughout the 3 times, may the doctrine of Conqueror Losandrapa flourish forevermore. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the Lord of the Snows. You are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. And Vajrapani, the destroyer of the horse of martyrs. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all 3 truths, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainments. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the Lord of the Snows. You are Buddha Vajrapani, the destroyer of the horse of Mars. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all treasures, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainment. Sankapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the land of the snows. You are Buddha, Shakyamuni, and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. And Vajrapani, the destroyer of the horse of Mars. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all treasures, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainment.
Well, thank you all for coming to our pop-up session. We'll have our classes will start in about a week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks, after bank holiday, I think.
Open day the first and then the second.
Yes, we've got an open day.
Open day?
September the 1st, 11:30 to 3. But also we have a Center Cherishing Day the day before, on Saturday. Yeah. So bring your cleaning clothes and
Yeah, bring your rubbish.